Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. As spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, I'm constantly talking about heavenliness. I'm talking about the best that life can offer. I'm talking about the most imaginable that I can see about what heaven is actually being maintained here on earth. And yet it always appears as if I'm fussing, if I'm complaining and dissatisfied with something. And I know most people are saying, why am I so negative? And that's a good question. But a better question would be, how do we get to be positive? I think that would be a better question. The truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is this, is yes, I do fuss a lot. And I fuss because I recognize that we are all playing games. All of us are playing games. We think that we are smart. Most of us think that we are smarter than God. And if we don't, we have attached ourselves to a lie that makes us feel as if we are at least as smart as God. And if not, we're definitely smarter than any human beings around us. Here's how you can learn that you're not that smart at all. We are all here on this earth for as many reasons as each of us as individuals can come up with, and neither of them, I'm sure, would be the reason. We are here on this earth for a reason we know not of. We do not know why we are here, but we are given the opportunity to learn why we are here, how to make the best out of being here as we wait to discover or to be advised as to our reason for being here. And perhaps what takes place in the waiting period, in that time frame, might have something to do with the reason that we're here. Give or take, doesn't really matter. Just deal with it. And so for me, ladies and gentlemen, for me, the best way to be here is to satisfy ourselves. And most of us recognize that the same things that would satisfy one would satisfy the other. Food that satisfies one, I'm sure that'll satisfy everybody. Having shelter, the kind that you can imagine and have, I'm sure that would satisfy you and everybody. And the same, having access to education, because you know what education does. And healthcare, we know what it does. And when we look at all of these things, each of us would desire to have these things. And our big problem comes about, how do you meet those needs for everybody? We all want them, but how do we meet them for everybody? See, the story that we have been told is that they can't be met for everybody. That's because we put limitations. We put limitations because we know we as individuals got limitations. And when we start talking about God, the only God we can think of or imagine is a God that we create, that is a representative of us, a God that looks like us, a God that has two legs, a God that has two hands, maybe 10 toes, and 10 fingers. You know, that's how we're going to create God. That has nothing to do with what God is really like. That's just an expression of our limitation. God is